We off in this place, catching vibes, sit back and we blaze in the sky like I'm out of space.
What's going on, Cigar World? What's going on, Cigar Enthusiasts? This is Jack, the Cigar Enthusiast, and Johnny, the Cigar Baker, man. We are back with the virtual smoke deck, man. How y'all doing today?
How
man,
you doing, family?
Man, how you doing?
How you doing?
Man, you know, you hit him like grown. It's like, how you doing?
How you doing?
You know,
no, that's Wendy Williams, isn't it? That's Wendy.
Man, how you
That's
doing?
Wendy.
You know our show closing down, but hold on. Let's not get sidetracked.
Hey, go ahead.
Hey, man, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on, and give us a huge thumbs up. And if you're watching on Facebook, don't be the only one to have this amazing content at your hand. Go ahead and share it. Go ahead and create a watch party, man. We appreciate the support more than anything. And also, go ahead and slide into that comment box and tell us what's up. Tell us whatever is on your mind. I want to hear it. Man,
tell me what you want. I ain't gonna do it.
Hey, what? Hey, man, it don't feel right, starting Sunday off no more without football, man. I used to tell my squad, I said, well, Johnny, I don't want you to get into this conversation. This is me talking to everybody else. This is not me talking to you, okay? Because you don't watch football, man. I don't know what kind of guy you are, or like you probably watch bowling or something like that, like something crazy.
Oh,
but man, it was ritual for me to go. It was ritual for me to go to the shop and sit in the shop all damn day after I get out of church and stuff like that, and just watch football, man. Now my wife knew, my kids knew, but now it's just like, okay, now it's Sunday. We do dominoes at the lounge. So, shout out to anybody that's gotten demolished by me on the table, man. I tell people all the time, don't call me out because you don't want these problems. You do not want these problems. I don't care if it's spades and it's domino. You call yourself a dominologist. Poker? If you want that smoke, huh?
Poker?
Poker? Now I'm trash at poker.
Okay,
well, I make something dumb. hey, look, I be trying to bluff people when, man, go ahead and raise in the pot, hoping they fold. These mugs got two aces in their hand, and I'm like, oh man, I had a pair of twos. So we do poker night. What's crazy though? Like, people have been asking me to do poker night for a long time, and I was like, look, man, it's not something I can advertise, blah blah blah. So I found a way around it and how to get it done. But it like anything, man, you gotta get the people going and get them engaged, and do all that good stuff and womp the bam, and
Listen, I know for certain, man. We play spades. Well, I don't play spades. I watch them play spades. We're not gonna talk about that right now. But the crap talking is what I love. Like, I don't know how to play, but I love the crap talking, man. And down here, man, the way they play spades, you might need a bouncer up in here, man. Like, they take it serious, dog. Like you at Mama and Pop cookout. Like you at the cookout, man. Listen.
Hey, look. And by the way, y'all, me and Johnny is still getting this thing through. It's raining out there where Johnny at, so he got a little fuzziness on his side. But hey, y'all can hear him, so that's all that matters, man. It's probably good that his face is a little blurry anyway. He's not the most attractive guy in the world.
I don't wanna bless y'all every day with these good looks. I know y'all see my ugly behind every day and going day. 3 times a day, posting pictures.
Hey, but no,
do this joke a lot.
Hey, like, seriously though, you be in the lounge, and y'all get to playing spades and dominoes, and boy, I be on they butts, man. I'd be like, bro, I'd be like, man, I told you, nobody in the moon, nobody get hurt. Bam! But that's like, a lot of it is, that's what we used to do in my lounges that I ran in Memphis though. Like, we used to be in there 5-6 hours on a Sunday, Tuesday. It didn't matter what day of the week. If people was off, we was in there playing for hours and hours.
So question, Jack, because you mentioned dominoes too. Now, I'm gonna just put it out there. So you got dominoes, and then you got bones.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Dominoes, bones.
I play either way. Ask Karen.
Okay.
Ask Karen Berger, man. Somebody at Karen Berger and ask her to go to 7 minutes and 22 seconds, so I can tell her, have her get refreshed about this beehive whooping that I gave her when she came to the lounge. Right?
Oh, disrespectful, man. Disrespectful.
Totally disrespectful, man. So a lot of people, obviously I'm African American, so they look at me like, oh, you don't know how to play Capicula dominoes, like dominoes, like either 9 or 6. I don't care which way you want to go. We can play it, right? So on deployment, I don't know if you know this, but the Marines actually have like a crap ton of Dominicans and Puerto Ricans and even Cubans inside the Marines. So, man, obviously I'm on a ship with all of them. So we used to have Capicula tournaments, and I mean playing until 2:00 in the morning.
So is Capicula like a Cuban style dominoes or like a
very, very similar? It's
okay,
some people call it dominoes. Some people call it Capicula. Some call it, whatever they want to call it, right? But most Dominicans and even Cubans would call it Capicula. Puerto Ricans would call it dominoes. You'll hear a lot of Cubans say dominoes too.
Okay.
But so we used to have these tournaments. And I understand Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish. So they getting mad. I mean, mad, and that's like totally opposite from Bones, because in Bones you talk shit. In Capicula, in Capicula you don't talk. Hey, it's like one of those things where, I mean, like it gets really bad if you start talking stuff in those games, like.
But I'm gonna tell you something though. Listen, it's something that's universal, no matter the ethnic background, the language. Something that's universal. It's called the behind cutting. I think everybody understands when the behind got cut. It's universal, man. It's universal.
Yeah.
Literally. I don't care what you call it. We know what happened.
Exactly. So Karen comes in. She had an event. I said, "Hey, Karen, you want to play dominoes?" And I said, "We only got 6s." So she said, "Yeah." She said, "Jack, I'm the best." I said, "Karen, I wouldn't talk too fast." You know what I mean? Like, hey, Bruce Bush, shout out to Bruce, National Sales Director for Karen Berger. Was like, "Jack, man, she's the queen of dominoes. I don't know if you want to do this." I was like, "Well, you can sit your behind too. Now you can sit your behind down too and get some of this as well." Man, I actually think I have. I have it under my thing. I'll check it next time I got a break on talking. But I have a signed receipt by her where she didn't score any points. And now in Capicula, though, you don't score points as you play. You score points at the end. So it's about strategy and working with your team, but you collect everybody else's dominoes, and that's how you get points. And it's typically like 250. You usually go to like 250 and something like that. And I mean, literally out of 250 points, she got 0. Zero. So I told Karen, I said, "Karen, I'm sorry, baby girl. I know you're the queen and all that, quote unquote, but I need you to go ahead and sign this because I can't tell I can't tell your skill set at this current moment." So now here's another time though, right? And then I'm gonna go ahead and get off this subject and get into what we actually gonna talk about.
Because I really want to learn, man. Because I want to partake. So, school me.
What's up, Anthony? How you doing?
What's up with your brother?
So I had a group of guys in the lounge, man, and they was playing dominoes and all that stuff. So one of my tobacconists come get me from the front and said, "Jack, they trying to call you out in the back." And I was like, "Call me out on what?" They said, well, they said, "Oh, here we go. Hey, David, you can get this ass whooping too, the same way Karen got it and everybody else get it. But I'm about to tell you a story, so just bear with me." Hey man, what's up, David? By the way, so they called me. He was like, "Jack, I don't know what they thinking, but they summoned you to the back." I said, so I walk in. I said, "I heard somebody was looking for an ass whooping today, and I just happened to be giving them out today. So who called me out, and where you want me to sit?" God. They was like, "Man, you ain't about to do nothing, man. Blah blah blah." I said, "Okay, all right." boy, now mind you, we went to 4 houses. 4 houses is 200 points. And we playing bones at this point. 200 points. I won that game in 2 hands. I won the whole game in 2 hands. I said, man, y'all better stop playing with me, man.
Golly,
this is what I do. I said, I do this and I do this.
It's time for a tournament.
Man, you know what's crazy though, right? So I go to Miami. If you ever go to Miami, go to Cuban Crafters, right? What's crazy about it is Karen. Well, just take a step back. Don Kiki and Karen used to own the Cuban Crafters, right? They actually had 5 big stores throughout Florida. So when Don Kiki passed, Karen ended up selling it, and now it's called Cuban Crafters. Yeah. And I want to say that was probably the name before, but I think she changed it and made hers in Daytona called Daytona Superstore or something like that, right? So I go to Cuban Crafters. Man, I am the only one sitting at the Capicu table, and everybody else is just talking Spanish. So I said, I said, hey, me next. You know what I mean? And they was like, they laughed. They literally laughed. Like I was like, I play with you. I don't care who I play with. I play with you. And boy, we played 12s. I whooped them boys so bad. And hearing some of the comments, it was like they was talking back and forth, laughing, and I was like, I reached over. One dude was like, Jesus Christ, you know, we can't stop this dude. I was like, I tried to warn you guys.
So and before we change topics, so you don't. It's a singular. So with dominoes, it's a singular team. Like it's just you and you're playing against somebody else, or it could be a group of people, or.
So dominoes is team. Bones is individuals. Okay. Right? So most of the time when people play bones, they're playing individuals person. So modest. A little bit. So I said, but yeah, bones is individuals, and Capicool is team. So with Capicool though, you're really pivoting off of your partner, right? So if your partner has a good hand, you have to really pay attention because it's certain things that they will put out, certain things that they will do, to change stuff up. If that makes sense.
It don't make sense now.
I'm like it's one of those things you gotta sit down and learn. What do you think? What do you think we do to stay warm up here in New England while you got your toes in the sand? That's a good question. Let me think of that. So what I personally think y'all do in the snow is y'all go outside and make snow cigar angels. Snow cigars angels. Because there ain't no way you're gonna sit here and tell me that what we do in New England is just play dominoes all day and can't nobody beat us. That's what you're not gonna tell me.
Speaking of weather, man, I was at work this week, man. I had a partner. Like, I don't know, what was the weather like this week your way, Jack? Because we had some good weather this week, man. It was in the 80s,
yo. In the 90s.
And I had a dude come inside, man. He came inside the office, and he was like, man, I think he was from Connecticut or something like that. And he showed me his phone. He was like, man, this is the temperature back at home. It was -4. He was like, man, what? I'm so good. -4. First of all, without changing, who wants to live in -4 degrees? That's not gonna happen. I'm telling you right now, no. And I already told myself the farthest I would ever move, because I'm in South Carolina, the farthest I would ever move north, maybe North Carolina. Like it's not gonna happen because the cold is not for me. Snow ain't for me, buddy. It ain't going. And you from Chicago, right? Illinois area.
Yeah.
So are you going back anytime soon? Do you miss it?
Hell no. No, sir. No, sir. Boy, I get bundled up at 30 degrees. I can't do no -10 degrees wind chill. Like, no.
Shoveling snow.
Man, no. Man, a couple weeks ago, my mama and them got about four, it was like 10 inches of snow or something like that. they was shoveling. They had to shovel their snow like 3 times throughout the week. I said, "No, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing that." And I'm damn sure ain't paying those taxes up there. You got to think about it, man. Wherever I move to, if I was to ever leave Jacksonville or Florida, period, wherever I move to, it better have no cigar tax. Because if it has a cigar tax, I can't live there. I can't live there.
No.
And respectfully, it got to be ran. 9 times out of 10, the governor has to be Republican. Because if the governor is Democratic, then he's probably gonna increase my taxes on cigars. So I don't want to do that either. I don't want to do that. So I stick to what I'm doing.
And I'll stick to warm weather. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and respectfully. Hey man, so our topic for today, man, is actually cigar cutters. And not cutters in a sense of style of cutter, but more or less like different cuts. So Johnny, what's your favorite cut and why?
I'm gonna tell you, man, that depends on what I'm smoking. You know, and I know a lot of people, they swear by V cuts.
Yeah.
But it ultimately depends on what I'm smoking. Yeah. You know, and I think I told the story last time we went live. I forgot what we were talking about, but there was a person that came to the cigar shop and you know, I think they bought like it was a Lancero they had. No, I lie. It was Tatiana, to be more specific. And they asked me to punch it. They asked me to punch it. That's what a punch. I said, I mean, I could, you know, a solid guillotine to do well for that. You know, just cut that joke off, man. And they were like, no, I always punch it. And I'm like, here's the punch, and here's your cigar. I'm gonna let you do it. But you know, for me, it just depends on what I'm smoking, man. For the most part, 95% of the time, 80, I'm gonna go with a V cut.
Yeah.
But it ultimately depends on what I'm smoking. What about you, man?
Well, you know what's crazy about your Tatiana story, man? I am the complete opposite. I am a full advocate of punching a Tatiana because when you straight cut a Tatiana, they're so poorly made. Yeah, they're so poorly made, and 9 times out of 10, your customer is going to be coming back talking about, you know, they're just going to be spitting like because it's all kinds of loose tobaccos that's getting in their mouth. So I actually tell people, hey, if you're going to cut it, punch it, or do like a select draw cut. I think a select draw cut.
And I think too depends on a real sharp cutter, like a real just to slice that joker, you know, just you know. But yeah, I really do prefer a V cut, man, for the most part, man. But yeah, what about you, Jack? I don't think you said it.
Now, when it comes to cuts, man, I'm a die by the V cut type of guy, man. But again, I think it's very collective on what it is that I'm smoking. I'm not about to V cut a Lancero. I'm probably gonna straight cut or punch that, just to get it out. But I don't think a lot of people really understand like the different cuts and like how those cuts actually plays a part in their smoking experience. I think a lot of them is under the impression that, you know, when you just cutting a cigar, you just cutting a cigar, and it all depends on what it is that you want. If you want a more restricted cut and flow of your cigar when it comes to like a Gordo, then you'll want to do a punch on that, or even maybe a double punch, right? Yeah. I will personally V cut a Gordo, but you know, if you want a more constricted, slower burn, less smoke, and kind of be smoking on it for a little while, then I would go with a V cut. I mean, I would go with a double punch or a punch.
And question it, do you? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Do you think that? Because this may be, I may be biased, but I think it also depends on the strength complexity that you're smoking. Yeah, that'll determine. So you got strength complexity, you got size. I think those two factors will contribute to, okay, what type of cut am I going to use in this cigar here? Like sometimes for me, like a lot of the lighter cigars that I smoke, like your Connecticut wrappers, I tend to smoke in a bigger ring gauge. In that case, I'm probably going to guillotine it or V cut it. I'll either go and guillotine it or, because in my mind, and you know, I'm no expert, but sometimes it feels like when I'm smoking, like for instance, one of my favorite go-to cigars like to start the day with is the Perdomo Champagne. I love to start the day with that cigar, man. It's a phenomenal smoke. And when I cut it, I like to smoke it in the Epicure size. That's my favorite size for that cigar, the Epicure. I think that's
and Toro.
for Toro, right? And when I'm smoking that cigar, when I smoke, a medium-sized ring gauge cigar, I like to straight cut it or do a nice V cut. Because for me, sometimes in my mind, it's all about surface area, right, on that cap. And when I got more of that surface area opened up, it allows that smoke to cool off a little bit more. And I think it makes the lighter bodied cigar smoke a little better. I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe it's just my weird palate. But for me, in my mind, it makes the smoke a little bit cooler, and I can kind of enjoy it a lot longer.
I don't think you're too far fetched. I don't think.
Okay.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's a lot of your personal preference of what it is
Absolutely.
that you prefer. Anyway, but I would say honestly, it kind of once you think about it and dissect it, it really does make sense in a way that is understandable, right? Yeah. But no, for me, I V cut everything because I like to. And one, I don't smoke. I don't smoke 60s. I used to smoke a 60, here and there. But it's very rare that you catch me go above a 54. I just don't. Don't smoke, big cigars. To each his own. Some people love them.
Absolutely.
And I'm not knocking anybody, man. I want everybody to sit back and smoke whatever they prefer to smoke. But for me, it's just I much rather have a Toro or Robusto, and regardless of what I'm smoking, or I even smoke a Lancero, but most of the time I'm smoking a Toro, so I'm V cutting it anyway, and then I'm gonna probably hold it in my mouth, and it feels good in my hands, like being able to move around with my hands and stuff like that is that's just my personal preference. But I also realize that the cut really depends on, like I said, what kind of smoke you're trying to get out of it. If you're trying to get, something that is more of the, you're trying to get somewhere in between 25 to 50, depending on the size, you might want to go with a punch. If you're trying to go somewhere in between, like, on the same Toro, 50 to 75, then a V cut. If you're trying to go 100% and get all the smoke, then a straight cut. And I think a lot of people just really go based off of their preference.
That's all it is. I see that a lot. I think you're absolutely right, man. Like, but back when I was working in the shop, man, sometimes, as a cigar tender, as the person in knowledge when it comes to smoking, man, I make my recommendation. I'm like, hey, I think this cut would work best on that particular cigar. But at the end of the day, it's ultimately up to what they like to smoke, and how they like to smoke, Funny story, man. You was talking about ring gauge, man. I had a guy retired. I want to say Wash was a sergeant major in the Marine Corps. And Wash came, and I think we opened up at 9. Wash he came in he met me at the door. So I'm 8:50, and Wash is walking up with me. You know what I'm saying? Open up the shop. And he's a 770 asylum guy, like all day. I lie to you not, Jack. And this is a sidebar. But he stayed from about 9 to about 5 o'clock and smoked 6 of them Joes, dog.
What?
Hey, God is my witness, dog. God
6 asylums?
6, 770s. From about 9 to 5:30-ish. Yes. I said, Wash, are you good, bro?
That boy ain't got nothing to do. But not only that, like, to smoke 6 of them mugs at one time is actually like it's impressive. It's like
he die hard, man. Die hard. That's all he wants. Matter of fact, sometimes when he will come in the shop, he don't even have to walk inside the humidor. Because I'm like, I know he gonna grab maybe 3, 4 at a time. He come in the shop and I already got it on the counter for him.
Wow. That's crazy. I got a guy that comes in every day, man. He buys 3 cigars every day, and I'm not complaining about that. I appreciate that, right? Mm-hmm. But I tell him, I said, look, man, you come in here, and I ain't gonna put the name of it out, but you get one of the cheapest cigars here, and then every time you go turn around, you complain about the construction or the quality of the cigar, and I'm like, yo,
you can't do that, Chip.
You come in every day and buy that same cigar and complain the same exact freaking way.
You can't do that, man.
The same exact way. I'm like, maybe, like you probably need to just turn it up just a little bit. Just a little.
You gotta let him know, hey champ, it's not our humidor. We squared away over here, champ.
Bro, I'm just like, he like, man, you know, it's actually gotten to the point where they just taste nasty. I said, well, in reality, they is freaking nasty. You know, like we. It's just like, yo, you gotta find the one that fits for you, right? Yeah, it's like,
absolutely.
If I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, man, this every time I smoke this cigar, there's something wrong with it, I'm probably not gonna keep going back to it.
Switch up,
and then eventually, you really, let's do the numbers, right? If you're smoking 3 a day, that's 21 a day. I mean, 21 a week. 21 times 4 is you're smoking 84 a month.
Yeah.
You're going to get tired of it because you smoke that one every single day. And the stick is $6.
And I got a buddy, man. I got one particular guy who we call him lieutenant because he's a lieutenant for a local police department down this way. And I know, man, all he smokes pretty much what I got next, actually. All he likes is, which he can't go wrong with it, is the laundress, the Padron laundress, Maduro. You know, which you can't go wrong with that. And that's what he comes in, and I tell him, I'm like, you know, I like seeing you every day, you know, when you come in every day, you know, you buy the same cigar, great cigar. I'm like, you know, go ahead and buy a box, man. You know what I'm saying? Save us gas, you know, because I know you come in every day. But Lieutenant comes in there every day, man, and he grabs 3-4 laundress, which is a fantastic smoke. I got it lined up next. You know what I'm saying? And that's all he likes. He doesn't switch up. He doesn't change up.
And that's the part that don't really make sense. It's like, yo, if you go smoke 3 of these a week, I mean a day,
save yourself the gas.
Save yourself not only the gas, but also, you know, the money overall. Like, get you a box, bro.
Get that. I know at King's Loop, they do the 10% off a box purchases, so you're gonna save money off the top of that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Off the top.
Yep.
And it's like, you know, it sometimes it just don't make sense. But a lot of it too is, it's like, yo, people will really spend, you know, all of this money on these cigars and then buy these $5.50 cutters. And it's like, yo, like you barely getting a cut, and like you mad because your cigar after, you know, 5 cuts, 10 cuts is looking like a goddamn dog knife cut it off. Like,
yo, listen,
you gotta get you a nice cigar cutter.
And you preaching, dog, because I tell especially new smokers that have been in the game for a couple of months, and you know, maybe they're using the shop cutter. Are they about the cheapest lighter? They're about the cheapest cutter. My biggest advice to them, I'm like, invest in some tools. Invest in some good tools. Invest in the cutter. Definitely good. I think a cutter is more important than a lighter, because you can.
Lighter.
Shit. There were times I use a bit to light my cigar, and that's butane. We good. It's a nice soft flame. But invest in a solid, nice cutter, man. And I think that is the best piece of advice. You know, even now, man, I got my dang on my double cut by Calibra.
That SV cut, yeah.
This stay in my pocket.
Bro, I got the Calibra V cut as well. Like, you know, I tell people, man, you don't gotta go out and, you know, buy this DuPont lighter that's 3,000. Like, but get you a nice $40, you know, $60, $80 cutter, because you're gonna be, that's it. Like, you know, get it one time and then buy you a little cheap punch to put on your keys. You know, like you ain't gotta worry about it. Like, you can even get to a point where you take that mug down or something.
Man, listen, I had a guy, this Navy guy, you Navy people. Oh my God, I don't know what's wrong with you Navy guys, but this Joe came inside of the shop one day, Jack, and it had to have been payday. I really think it was payday, because we carried some DuPonts. This guy just started smoking, Jack. Just started smoking and buys the DuPont straight cut. I said, and I asked him multiple times, Jack. I was like, you sure that's what you want? Like, you don't smoke that often. I see you maybe once a week. You know what I'm saying? This is a $300 cutter. I'm like, literally. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, this is what I want, man. I'm like, you ain't picking up no girl with no dang on DuPont cutter. It don't work like that. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
She ain't gonna know what the DuPont is. Like, you gonna attract more dudes than anything. Like, damn, you got a DuPont, bro.
I was like, you know, I was like, you sure you want this?
And I think what's crazy though is, like, I love their the lighters. The lighters are, you know, with the sputter flame, with the wide flame. This Garrett gave me this Zeno by Vertigo, and I like this little thing because it had the same thing. Like it has like the little the flat flame that sputters out. It helps you get it real good. I love those, but I mean, before DuPont was like the only people that you could find with that. I wasn't buying no $750 lighter.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, I bought the Hook lighter, the Hook by DuPont, and I'm kind of upset right now. It's only $80, but I do not know where it's at right now. I misplaced it.
And lighters is one of those things. Like, okay, if you're responsible enough and you can get you a good one to keep up with it, then go ahead and spend the money on it, right?
Go ahead.
I got a bunch of little lighters that I have, you know, throughout my house, in my truck, you know, in my office, and different things of that nature. But like at the end of the day, it's like, yo, I can't spend that. And you're right, Jason. They do go up in value, but this ain't no antique, man. Like by time you try. You can't preserve it. Like, what you gonna do?
You got to think how much wear and tear everyday smokers put on their tools.
That's why
it's paid to get good stuff. Because, like, don't get me wrong, like my Hook lighter, I carried that thing everywhere, man. That thing was dinged up by the second week, man. You know, but even my cutter, man, I had this cutter not even a year, and this sucker, it's been through combat.
Yeah.
But I use it 3-4 times a day. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
And a lot of people, I mean, and like I said, it all is based on, you got to get the best tools, because for everyday smokers like me, you, and whoever else may be watching, hey, this your bread and butter right here, dog.
Literally.
You know how many times I had people cut a cigar, and you said the same, and they made the jacked up cutter, like, but you know, Vertigo got those cheap little not disposable cutters, but it's good for a couple hundred cuts. But after a while, that get real dope, and you go to cut your cigar. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. When you go to cut your cigar, what?
No, and I'm like, when you go to cut your cigar, after having that little cheap cut, that little $6 cutter for 3 months, and you wonder why every time you cut, the whole entire damn cigar is squishing and it's not getting a clean cut. Hey man, because I mean, it's only meant to last you for so long. You know what I'm saying?
It's temporary. Hey, so Jason, I do got a question, man. He said my used DuPont is 2 times worth more than it was new. I'm just curious, is it a Kelly Blue Book for DuPonts? And this is a serious question. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being for real. I'm so serious. I know everybody gonna think I was trying to be funny on that, but I really want to know, like how do you know? Is it based on what that same lighter is selling as now, or like that's what I'm just interested. I'm curious. I'm no DuPont hater. I know people go like, oh my God. You know, he's talking all this stuff about DuPont because he can't afford one. Like,
no,
it ain't the fact that I can't afford one. It's just the fact that I don't. I mean, I'd much rather sell you $750 worth of cigars than $700 lighter.
I got the same mindset. But don't get me wrong. I like toys. And for me, I think that's another part that we both like. I like gadgets. I think we both like gadgets, especially if you're a smoker. You like gadgets, you like nice lighters, you like nice cutters, but ultimately it boils down to the functionality of it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It boils down to the functionality.
Literally. You know who got a dope ass lighter? El Septimo. El Septimo just came out, right?
Yes.
El Septimo announced in Darnell pretty busy. I was gonna tell him to bring me one. El Septimo has a really dope lighter, and their concept is it's like a Zippo, like you strike it like a Zippo, and it comes out of torch. So like Zippos are typically soft flame, but theirs actually comes out as a whole god dang just really nice torch. And they have this little screw that you unscrew, and what causes a lighter to really go bad is the wick, right? A lot of people be like, I'm about to show you guys. Like the wick right here, where the wick right there that strikes right there, that will go bad. And when it gets dirty, your lighter is pretty much done. because it's really I personally don't know a way to clean that outside of replace your lighter. So theirs, they don't have a wick. They have this little carbon, carbon, I don't even know. It's like a pellet. It's like a pellet that goes inside of this tube. And you screw the thing back and it has a spring. It has a spring on the end. So as you screw it in there, you just replace them. And they send you, when you buy the lighter, I think the lighter is like $100. But when you buy the lighter, you have this like little container of them things. And it's like 10 or 20 of them in there. It's a lot of them in there. But per their specs, I don't know if this is factual because I haven't struck one, all of these times. But supposedly one of those carbons will last you like 300 to 400 strikes.
Wow.
So, and they're giving you 10 to 20 of them. So and it has a really dope gold punch on the end of it that screws in. I mean, the thing is goddamn gold, man. Like, it's like really nice. We sold out of a lot of them as soon as we got them because I fell in love with them. Like, shoot, I gotta find mine because I know I took me a black and gold one home. I know I did. I just don't know where it's at. Go ahead.
Hey, listen. So I got something, man. Because I think, especially for new smokers, right? I think one of the most beneficial cutters is the one that got the back on the end. Because we see it all the time, like when you got where it stops, like you're doing a straight cut, like a guillotine.
Perfecto cut.
Perfecto cut. Because we see it all the time, man. You see a joker coming to show, man, and they high speed, low drag. They go to cut that cigar and they cut the whole first third off. It's like, yo, you need some help with that, champ? I mean, they cut the whole entire cap off, and then they come back to you, hey, man, my cigar is unraveling. Well, dum-dum.
Well, you slaughtered it, sensei. Like you did a whole martial arts cut on that thing. So I usually tell people, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm gonna say, what's that app? The ninja slice, the ninja fruit slice.
Yeah. Ninja fruit. That boy be chopping them things and talking about some. I don't know why it's unraveling. I cut it good. And I'm like, yo, you see those lines? Like that's the cap of the cigar. Well, it's the foot of the cigar, and the cap is put on. That's what you're supposed to cut off. It's a cap. But I'm like, bro, if you cut past that, man, it's gonna unravel. It's like, what do you want me to do about that, man? You got to get better at cutting. And I got one guy. Yes. I got one guy, man. He tried to tell me how to cut his cigar. Because we cut our patron cigars for him, cut them and light up for him. Just part of the ambiance and the service. And this dude, every time I cut his lighter, he said, "Hey, Jack, don't cut too much now." I said, "Bro," "Dude, I done cut most cigars and you done probably cut in your whole life, man. I know how to cut a dang cigar. Like, you ain't gotta sit here and tell me how to cut a cigar. Like, what's wrong with you, dude?"
And pause that. Go ahead.
Jack, he'd be like, "Jack, no disrespect, Jack. But I just want you to cut it right." I said, "Well, hey, you know, at any point in time you can tell us you don't want us to cut your lighter, your cigar. Yeah. You cut it yourself. You cut it yourself. Like, I don't know what you want me to tell you." But he always come in and tell me. Go ahead, bro.
While we on the topic of cutters, we in a pandemic right now. And not just pandemic, we don't like germs.
Yeah.
Do not.
Oh my God.
Do not. I had it multiple times happen. Lick your cigar before you stick it in the shop cutter. Hey, people watching, listen to me clearly. If you want to buy a cutter, that's the way to do it. That is the way to do it. Do not stick that cigar in your mouth. Yo, I had a dude. We had about 3 people in the shop, Jack. And this guy coming to town every so often. Cool fella. Real cool cat, man. And but just deep throat. Both sides. Sticking in the shop cutter. I didn't even stop him at that point because he was doing. I was helping another customer. And I was like, "Johnny, did you see that?" I'm like, "What happened?" I mean, just yo. I was like, Yo, what are you doing, Chip? What are you doing? Don't do that. That's the quickest way to buy.
You know, a lot of it is I don't understand why. Like, can somebody like legitimately explain to me? I don't know if Johnny needs the explanation, but I'm gonna just go on a limb and say he do. Can somebody explain to us like what's the point of licking a cigar? Like, what does it do? Like, does it help lubricate it so when you cut it, it don't crack? Like, because I feel like it's just my preference. This is my thought process, right? I just feel like if you're looking at cigars so it doesn't crack at that point, then clearly there's a humidification problem, and your issue is not your cut, it's the way you're storing your cigars.
Absolutely.
Now, I guarantee at some point in time, this dude probably pulled his cigar out and thought that maybe if I lick it, it's going to stop it from cracking when I go. Hey, look at this, Johnny.
That's it. That's where it came from. That's literally,
for real.
That's literally where it came from. That's the only explanation.
Dude.
We're not rolling up. The cigar's already rolled.
The crazy part about it, let's even go from here. Let's take this very technique that Brother Brian has put out, and let's expand on that, right? So when people used to roll blunts, I'm not a weed smoker, but I know how to roll a blunt. All right, I don't smoke weed. I'm not knocking anybody that do. I just don't do it, right? But I can tell you what, I roll a good blunt. That's all I can say. All right. But you know, you do that because you literally crack open the cigar, the swisher or backwoods, whatever you're smoking, and as you roll it, you want it to seal. But as you do, once you get done sealing it, you gotta dry it, right? Yeah. So again, you drying out the thing. So even in that technique, you dried out the blunt, right?
What's the point?
What's the point? I don't understand. Thank you, sir. I don't understand. Like, it really don't make sense to me, because especially if you ever look at like a rolling table, when people roll those cigars, they get those cigars so like their hands. A lot of people are like, why are their hands so dark? And it's because they're looping up that leaf. Well, the leaf is already flexible, so it's already been humidified, overly humidified. But they want to make sure they clean it off and make sure it's lubed. So when they put it back in the forming tray, or whether it's a box press or whatever the case may be, it does not crack when they go to put it in the molding. But I just don't understand. Like, you go into the cigar lounge and you looping that mug up. Like, what is that serving?
I got an explanation. They trying to impress somebody. They trying to impress somebody, man. That's the only reason to stick that damn cigar in your mouth, man, and then lube it up is you trying to impress somebody. But you at the wrong shop.
Or they trying to turn somebody on.
They trying to turn somebody on. What Marvin Gaye say? Let's get it on. That's the only explanation, man. I don't.
Hey, you walk in the shop with a whole bunch of dudes, get an 8x80 JFR and suck on that motherfucker.
They trying to impress somebody, man. That's the only explanation, man. I don't. Golly.
Bro, man, you know, I don't understand. But like you said, that's the easiest way. I promise you, I'm not even going to tell you. I'm going to put it on your tab. And they're going to be like, what is this? I'm sorry, Brian. I'm sorry. Hey, and they're going to be like, what's this on my tab? Oh, that was the cutter that you used after you licked the cigar, man. You got to buy that, man. Do I get a discount?
No.
Yeah, I give you a 0% discount. Like, first of all, you should be discounted for not even being able to come in here for a week after doing that little nasty stuff, man.
And I ain't gonna knock nobody, but if you do it, bring your own tools. You know, to get rid of that whole, bring your own tools, man. If you gonna lick that cigar, bring your own tools.
You know what I hate too is when people try to get slick and stick the shop tools in their hand. I mean, in their pocket, man. Like you know damn well you didn't come in here with no cigar cutter or no lighter. How else you walk out with one?
They grow legs. I don't know how much shop cutters, lighters I have to replace on a weekly basis. I thought about at one point taping a piece of string to a lighter and tying it to the damn counter because they walk. I ain't never seen a cigar cutter and lighter grow legs, but them jokers grow legs. And walk right out the shop,
I fixed
man.
that problem. I use the lighters. I use like really cheap lighters, so like little Firebird lighter from Calibri. But on the cutters though, I put my cheap, Dapper D's cutter. So even if you take it, at least you rocking Dapper D's. Yeah. When you go to cut, but I use a Calibri table cutter.
Yeah.
You ain't putting that big old thing in your pocket.
Yeah. Because if you do, buddy, we got problems.
You got problems. I tell you, that thing elite. Go ahead.
Funny story, man. We did an event at the shop. We did an Oliva event, and the rep gave us, the nub lighters, right? The nub tabletop lighters. So the rep was like, "Hey, Johnny, set that on the table, man. Keep it for the shop." I was like, "Cool." You know what I'm saying? I'm closing up at the end of the night. I'm like, "Damn, I know we got a lighter. Where the hell that lighter went?" I have not seen that lighter since. That lighter lasted a couple. I'm like, and it was crowded, so I couldn't really, I'm saying? I'm like, I'm like, where in the lighter grew legs, man? I was like, where the hell that lighter went, man?
Mother steal anything. You know what's crazy about stealing too? While we on that conversation, like the cigar thieves. Like, how do you go into a shop and what the intentions is steal cigars? Like,
first of all, who want to steal a cigar?
Like, you stealing cigars, bro? Like, bro, if you smoking cigars and you gotta steal the cigars, like, first and foremost, this is probably something that you shouldn't be doing.
Here's the thing, too, man, that I don't understand, man, because we know the culture, right? No regular, God, I pray not, is gonna steal a cigar. If a regular come in the shop and that's crazy. Hopefully not. You know what I'm saying? I saw the reaction, so hopefully not. But if a regular come in the shop, man,
I beat their ass in the shop.
But I'm like, if a regular,
why you punch me? I seen the camera.
If a regular, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, if a regular come in the shop, and we know life happens. I'm like, I'll give you a cigar, like out of my own personal, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you need a smoke, man, understand life happened. Hey, bro, relax, enjoy yourself, man. I'd rather give you a cigar than you steal. I can't respect no thief, especially not in this culture. It's a culture of generosity.
Man, what's crazy is when I was in Memphis, right? It was this guy that actually used to work at the cigar lounge, and he used to. We never understood how, but now, well, obviously, once we found out, it made sense.
Yeah,
this dude used to sell 25 cigars for $100, $120, something like that. And I'm talking about when I say 125 cigars, we're talking Opus X, Padrones.
It's like 4.
Man, bro, it was like a lot of the top Davidoffs. And bro, so come to find out, he was going to lounges stealing cigars. And he was even stealing from the lounges that he was working for. Like, they'd get boxes and he'd steal the box
and sell it outside. Whoa!
Yeah, he'll sell it to the customers.
Whoa!
So wow. So the guy ended up finding out and like blasted him on all like the social platforms that all the Memphis smokers was smoking at. Was like, man, watch out for chat, man. This dude be stealing cigars. Here go pictures of him stealing. And I mean, he didn't used to just steal like 1 or 2. He used to steal like 20, 30, 40 cigars at a time. And he was a big dude too. So it was.
Hey, bro, how big you? I ain't gotta fight you, champ. I don't care how big you are. I ain't gotta fight you.
I'm trying to tell you.
Them days gone, champ. All right, man. Hey, listen.
I take the lawsuit all day because I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, listen, I got a dog that bark and bite, yo. Come on, fight, champ.
It just don't make sense. It's like, yo, you literally hurting for, like that. Like, I never understood how, because like this dude, light up a Padron, a Padron 46 or 50 or something like that. Smoke 3 puffs and throw it in the ashtray. Like dude was like literally smoking these cigars and throwing, man, it ain't burning right.
What?
And I'm like,
first of all, it's a Padron, so what Padron does not burn right? Okay, let's.
And he used to do it to like, he used to do it to Opus X and all that, bro. Like, he'll have like an angel share and be like, man, I'm done with it, man. I don't want this no more. And just lit it up.
It's crazy.
Like,
I'm gonna tell you, I've only done that to one Padron. I'm not a big fan of the what's it like the Family Reserve line. That's part, which is, it's tough to not be a fan of Padron, but it's my least favorite. I'll smoke it, but it's my least favorite. And that's the only time I've ever sat down a Padron after a couple puffs. I hate to say that. I know that's against Jesus. Is probably mad at me, but that's the only time, man.
No. Jose mad at you. Jose looking down. Jose Padron looking down on you, about to curse your palate. Right now, you gonna be like, you gonna wake up in the morning talking about something. I can't taste nothing. Yeah, because you said something bad about Padron.
It wasn't bad, because listen, that's all I smoke. Yo, time out. I've gotten so bougie leaving the cigar shop, man, that like, I told you this, man, my go-to has become Padron, and I feel so bad for my pockets and my wallet because I don't get an employee discount anymore. That's all I smoke. And I'm like, this shit gonna hurt. This shit gonna hurt. But
do they offer military discount?
We got a point system that I use now. So back when I was a customer, before I started working there, I was a part of the point system. And I started back using my point system. And I'm like, damn, I'm really spending this much on cigars. All right, whatever. Swipe my card, man.
Hey, go ahead, swipe it. I tell people, man, it's just one of those things where this is one of those things. It's like women and beauty, right? If women actually sit back and look at how much they spend on nails, their hair, the pedicures, all of this stuff to look good, that's how we is about cigars, man. We just spend money like to smoke the best, man. I got a guy. He comes in and he buys 40ths, Padron 40ths, and that's what he smokes on the regular. I'm talking $5.77 a box. That's what he's. Yeah. So he was like, man, Jesus, Jack, man, these going up. I said, yeah, they are. Like, it ain't got nothing to do with it.
Padron just had an increase, but I think it went up like maybe, I know for some shops down here it went up about a buck. Yeah. So they just had an increase, man. I think our like
everybody did.
Yeah, everybody. You're right about it. Absolutely.
Everybody did. Everybody literally legitimately went up, and I was like, ain't nothing I can do. Like,
no.
I'm like Steve Saka, man. I didn't get in the business to lose money and give away free stuff. Like,
ain't no need to be in business if you ain't making no money, man. That's just what it is.
Hey, that's a big fact. That is a.
And at the end of the day, man, like you said, man, when you're smoking, there was a guy last night. We got the cigar club going down here, Imperial Cigar Club.
Man, go ahead and shout it out, man. Go ahead and shout it out, man.
We got, if you're in the Charleston area, man, come smoke with us. Come hang. Imperial Cigar Club, man. Add me on Facebook, Johnny the Cigar Banker. Shoot me a message if you ever decide to join. If you're in the area, you want to hang with us, we're going to show you mad love, man. The hospitality, man, the people, man. That's all we do is show love. We have a good time, man. We drink good shit and we smoke good shit. That's the motto that we're going to live and die by, man. And that's the only way you should be doing stuff. But it was a guy last night who was at one of the members' houses. And it's a dude named Frank. Never smoked a cigar before, right? And all of us, we smoke. So, I mean, all we got on us right now is good shit to smoke because we hanging out. So He was like, I want to try a cigar, man. So I actually had a Padron 3000 Natural on me, and I gave it to him. I said, hey, man, I'm sorry. I said, because you're going to enjoy this. I said, and I'm not going to be the person to blame that your first smoking experience is going to be a Padron. I said, but
yeah.
Thank you and curse me out at the same time, all right?
Legitimately.
You're gonna enjoy it, but it ain't gonna be good in your wallet, champ. I mean, because
at least you didn't give him like a 64, though.
No. I ain't gonna do that to him, man.
The 1000 series are affordable.
Yeah, absolutely, but, man. And if he wasted that, it would have been a fight. It would have been a fight. I saw that in the ashtray.
Hey. As we close, man. So obviously, I think we talked about our preferred cutter and what we prefer to cut, man. But I'm curious, what's everybody else feedback, man? What y'all usually like to smoke? Excuse me. What do y'all usually like to cut y'all cigars? And what's your reasoning behind it? If you got a couple seconds to jump in the chat real quick and tell us about it, man. We'd love to hear about it. On another note, man, looking at the schedule, me and Johnny are about to get back to hosting some prominent people in the industry, man. So I'm excited to get back to it. Like again, our first quarter was all about kind of, just finding our footing, finding our leg, and and our hosting abilities. But now we about to get back to what the virtual smoke deck was, and really interviewing people and getting back to those things, man. Speaking of it, man, real quick, shout out to Abe, man, at Smoke In, man. You don't see too many people, will go ahead and give that man his kudos. Man, that dude had the last Luau, which was a great smoke that he puts on every year, and rented out a god dang fairgrounds and packed it out.
Yo, did you see his
packed
live?
It out.
He had a couple. He went live. He had a couple that tailgated the day before in the parking lot. He was like, I think we might have started something. They popped the trunk open, had the chairs, and was lit. He was like, you guys know we don't start till tomorrow. They're like, yeah, we know. We just didn't have anything else to do, man. He was like, y'all might have started some shit, man.
Hey, I'm trying to tell you, man. Like, I know from the retail aspect, a lot of people like, oh my God, man, like this dude is just doing it. But somebody tag A, tell him 57 minutes. Man, congratulations, A, man. You're doing the damn thing. The bar just keep getting set higher and higher and higher. And man, just keep on going, bro.
What, 25 years? He got like 25, 27 years in the game right now. You just had an anniversary celebrating, man.
Yeah, 25 or 26.
I want to something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I had Abe on the show before, man. We're gonna bring him back on the show. We're gonna get him back on the show.
Yes.
We're gonna get him back on the show. I'll reach out to him. Now that he's done with the great smoke, man, I'll reach out to him and get him on here, man. But man, that dude is just a ball of information, man. Like I be honest with you, man. I praise that dude. Like, absolutely, man. Jack, how you praise somebody? Because that in 25 years, that's what I want to be. I want to be Abe. Hopefully I'm doing things a tad bit better. But even if I'm doing the things that he doing at 25, man, bro, that dude is a beast.
Like, you got to give respect to where it's due, man. And that's just none but respect, man.
That dude is so awesome, man. I watched him at PCA, man. He, like, when he went to a booth, like all the big dogs of the company, most of the time your rep will sit down with you. Big dogs. The rep is a peon compared to who at the table, and just watching him go through his Excel sheets, and bro, dude is killer, man.
Yeah, straight beast.
Well, Johnny, go ahead and drop your gem for us on the night.
Hey, man, let's do some thinking, man. Based off our conversation that we had in the back room, man, I think this week's a little motivation. I'm gonna switch it up, man. Is don't wait till tomorrow. Don't wait till tomorrow. And I think, and that's just off the spill right there, man. That's preaching Johnny out. Don't wait till tomorrow, man. If you want to hop on it, if you got goals, man, if you got a vision in line with your life, man, hop on that shit today and make it happen, man. Don't wait till tomorrow. That's it.
And what's crazy is, like, that really spoke to me. I was telling Johnny in the background, man, like how, a lot of people don't realize like how tiring this stuff gets, man. I go 7 days a week. Every day I'm on this thing, and it gets tiring sometimes. And I told him, man, I got to get back in the gym. I've been bull crapping around, and I need to get my energy level back up. So I need to get back in the gym. I think that was amazing. Gym, man. I don't even think I'm gonna come. I don't even think I'm gonna come back with anything on that one. I think I'm gonna just leave that one as both of ours. Like, don't wait until tomorrow, bro.
Don't wait till tomorrow, man.
Don't wait until tomorrow, man.
Let's get it.
Yeah, today is the day, man. Yeah, hey, when you wait until tomorrow, man, you run a risk of never doing it. So
I never do.
Man, I'm gonna keep that at that.
That's it. That's it, man.
I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep that one at
Hey,
that
listen,
one. Well,
that's the preacher Johnny coming out. But go ahead.
hey, we know that. Hey, this boy
Let's
Johnny
do
a fool, y'all. If y'all don't follow him on Facebook, man, go watch this dude stuff, man. This dude is off the chain, man.
Oh,
hey, well,
man.
I appreciate everybody stopping in. I'm Jack the Cigar Enthusiast.
I'm Johnny the Cigar Banker.
And we appreciate y'all tuning in to the Virtual Smoke Deck. If you're new to the channel, man, and it's your first time jumping in on us, go ahead and follow us on IG and Facebook at the Virtual Smoke Deck Live. This podcast is officially sponsored by Dapper D's Cigars. So, man, if you got any cigar needs or wants, go check out Dapper D's Cigars at www.dapperdscigars.com and go follow Dapper D's Cigars on Facebook and Instagram for all the updated content and events that we have going on. We're also on YouTube. Go and like and follow us. It says Jack the Cigar Enthusiast. I've been trying to figure out. I changed the name and I don't know why it's not coming back up. So if it's not Jack the Cigar Enthusiast, man, it's definitely the Virtual Smoke Deck Live. Go follow us, man. Give us a big subscribe, man. Go ahead and hit that notification bell. Give us a huge thumbs up.
And listen, go to dapperds.com and get those cutters. Invest in some good tools, man. Get your accessories, man. Step it up.
Yes. Hey, Johnny, too. I want you to make it your mission.
Yes.
To find the Supreme Leaf. Now I can't tell you to go buy a box from me because we sold out of them. We had eight boxes and we sold out in one day of them. But
so man, I got a shop that got it down here, so I'll grab it. I'll grab it this week. Dan,
grab that in the Cypress.
Got it. Yes.
Grab that in Cypress. Okay. You're gonna thank me later. Well, man, hey, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, it's a pleasure to be able to sit down and just have this conversation with you guys. But man, until next time, we'll see you guys next week. I'm gone.